Hey everybody, it is the end of 2017 and we had a great year of some amazing movies. I'm definitely looking forward to 2018 where we're going to have some really good things to look forward to. But until then, here's a recap of some of our favorites of 2017. I hope you enjoy.
You have Gal Gadot playing as Wonder Woman. She's an Amazonian, and she goes out into the real world and tries to fight crime. And also has place in World War I.
Wonder Woman's outfit is on point. I'm cosplaying as her next year for Comic-Con if they let me in again, because they didn't let me in last year when I was trying to do Harley Quinn.
Oh, Gal Gadot's outfit in Wonder Woman, amazing. Very conservative yet sexy. The lasso of truth can strangle me any time of the week, especially if she's holding the reins.
There's nothing more you can say other than Gal Gadot. Ooh, now Gal Gadot in Fast and Furious. Gal Gadot in the uniform. Yes, Gal Gadot in the uniform. Hot.
Shoot. It's nice, it's classy, sexy, I love it, and it's tactical.
The whole badass part about her just using her shield, just bashing through everything, that was it, She was like Captain America, but a woman.
Gal Gadot totally took this role and went to the moon with it. And she had to actually learn a bunch of martial arts. She took a lot of training with it too, so props to her.
The fight scene against the Germans, holy crap. Yeah, how can you beat that? Strong. I'm hot and I'm excited. Just the year is happening again. This is happening.
And she goes out, there's like machine gun shit shooting at her. She has her shield, she's blocking it all, and she just tears everything up on the battlefield. By far, probably the best one.
Chris Pine, actually, I was really shocked because you're always seeing him as this lead character. He had to take a back seat to this other character, and he did such a good job being that supporting role.
It's not so much of a damsel in distress, and she is a powerful, independent woman, and she does her own thing. There's this part where she's all like, all right, you guys wait, and she goes off and fights everyone else herself. And he's there to support her, not so much you're like, oh hey, stay here and I'll do everything because I'm a man.
It is the best DC movie that they have made in this DCEU, the Detective Comics cinematic universe.
Baby Driver. It's about a driver, obviously, named Baby. A very self-aware movie. He's a driver who early on is kind of letting on that he got an accident and he's got a little ringing in his ears and he just always throws the earbuds in. He does these jobs and the movie's kind of set up to one of those last job type movies.
This baby can sure drive.
When I saw the trailer for it, I thought this is just another money grab action movie. It is not the case. This dude is a genius. Edgar Wright, who directed this, which also directed one of my other favorite movies, Scott Pilgrim, and also directed Hot Fuzz. He directed Shaun of the Dead. I mean, he is a genius in filmmaking.
Very cliche, and it's good that they set you up in that mode first off because it lets everything kind of happen afterwards. The fact that it's self-aware makes you enjoy the movie that much more. The stakes are there, but not incredibly there.
I saw him actually do this complicated maneuver that I can only achieve within Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. I can't do it in San Andreas because I can't steal the cars fast enough.
Ansel Elgort was teamed up with just a star-studded cast. I mean, you got Kevin Spacey, you got Jamie Foxx, John Hamm, a lot of these actors that, John Bernthal, a lot of people don't remember, he's in it too. I mean, a lot of these actors who have already built up their name, and then you got Ansel Elgort kind of coming out of nowhere, holding up his own. It's a great movie, I loved it.
So, Baby Driver, amazing playlist. It will probably be on par with something like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2.
I am definitely a score guy. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, you have to have that kind of vibe to it, and this one is just based on the score. You love it, you hear it, you want it. It's hot, I love it.
Music is awesome. The music. Baby, oh baby, I am off key.
Lily James, number 2 right now on my list, next to number 1, who is Elizabeth Olsen. So
Lily James, I wish my name was Baby because the way she says baby, I'm sold already.
What's up, baby?
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
So Logan Lucky is basically about three guys, one played by Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, and the others, Daniel Craig, performing a heist at one of the most popular NASCAR races of the season. Channing Tatum plays a construction worker who gets injured, needs money fast. He asks for the assistance of his brother, played by Adam Driver, plays a one-armed bartender. This sounds like it's starting off to a bad joke, but it isn't. It's actually a good movie that it starts and ends with.
Logan Lucky. Are we talking hillbillies? Are we talking Ocean's 11? Because I don't know what's going on in this movie. It's awesome though.
I never saw it.
It's good. It's good to see out of that vibe. You get that kind of that weird vibe that you get from like Snatch. You know, that heavy accent. You see like a Brad Pitt, that kind of vibe. Same thing with that I saw with in Logan Lucky of Daniel Craig. It's good to see him snap out of the James Bond vibe.
Channing Tatum has a goatee in this movie, and yes, his sexiness meter is still at the upper echelon of sexiness, right next to Jeremy Renner's chin.
Yeah, I could say it's definitely one of the top 2 Logans of 2017, which is saying a lot. No, I love heist movies. Heist movies they're making a comeback. I mean, we're gonna see another Ocean's movie coming out. So when you get a chance to watch the hillbilly Ocean's heist movie, Logan Lucky, it's comedy, it's action.
Let's just say that Adam Driver's hand lends a hand to the climax of this movie. Oh wait, that came out.
Stop it. Stop. I can't do this.
It's exactly what it is. It's an Ocean's movie, but with a little North Carolina twist.
Dude, stop. Sorry. I can't do that one, dude. Sorry. That's good.
It's about Pennywise, that clown. He's comes back after 27 years and terrorizes a town again, and abducts kids and eats them and all that.
Freaking Pennywise is scary as hell. The opening scene, they show the kid and he gets his arm ripped off. This kid's getting his boat. He just wants his boat. He just wants a little popcorn. He wants a boat and he wants to go play in the water. Why can't he just play in the water?
It was scary. It's this clown that you've never seen before because it capitalizes on the outfits worn by vaudeville clowns back in the 1900s. So it's an outfit you've never seen before. So it gives you a new type of version of fear of clowns that people have had.
I think I saw Pennywise and I freaked out the moment I saw Pennywise. The reason I freaked out. Next question.
The original one was so different from this one, but with this one they made it more kind of demonic in a way, which is what I liked. More of a monster than anything else,
Extremely scary. I'm terrified of clowns, but not because of it, just because of this one time this clown did an animal and it popped in front of my face and started crying. You can cut that.
As soon as you know that Pennywise is back in Derry, just the whole vibe of everybody in that town. I mean, the adults are creeps. The pharmacist is a creep. He's freaky. He's making weird references to young women. That guy needs to get checked out by the board of pharmacists. I don't know what he's doing there.
Best part when he's in the gutter and he just like pop, 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 pop,
Pop, pop, pop, pop, pop,
Pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop. My ears just popped. That was weird. Pop, popcorn.
Logan, based off of the comic book, very popular series. People wanted it to happen. Old Man Logan, it's there. It's a very fan favorite. They wanted it for a while, and it's based in the year 2029. It's kind of added that aspect of a mutant just out of his prime. It's directed actually by the director who did the last Wolverine movie, which kind of had a little human characteristic to it as well.
I loved how they had this Texas / border of Mexico Western-esque feel to Logan. The grittiness of it, the sand.
With Logan, love that film. So they brought in the whole comic adaptation from Old Man Logan, and they turned it into like this kind of Western type of feel to it, and it was very gritty. Very gritty, which is amazing because that's what everyone's been waiting for a Logan film, for 17 years.
When it comes to watching Logan and when it comes to watching Hugh Jackman as Logan, it's an amazing role to play and to keep yourself in that kind of physical condition where you actually keep improving as the years go on. It's impressive to see nonetheless.
So it took the whole comic aspect of Old Man Logan and it made it rated R, which is something everyone's been wanting for a Logan film.
He's just an alcoholic on his tail end of it, and he's trying to have some redeeming characteristics, which I mean he has little to none, but they're there, and you want to root for that part of him.
Patrick Stewart looking the most withered and disabled that he's ever been. I mean, he's the most helpless guy in this movie, and at the same time, he's the biggest threat. Freaking amazing. Genius, Patrick Stewart. I loved it. Better than that Emoji movie.
X-23 has an amazing role within this. A young, innocent girl, totally disconnected from society, and I honestly love seeing that kind of role being played within superheroes when they're just so naive, they don't know what's going on in the outside world.
I like Adams. Have you guys seen Adams' impersonation of the X-23? Like when he's doing the girl, when he's doing this? I like his impersonation of that. I think that was pretty spot on.
Oh my God, pero Corvisors más fuas, ¿sí? No?
That's my best Spanish. I'm not bilingual.
Best impression of X-23. Wind River is this new type of crime thriller movie that pays homage to those older 90s movies when we're talking about Along Came a Spider, when we're talking about Insomnia, when we're talking about those crime thrillers where you're in the chase with the main character. You're on that chase, you're on that journey. You got Jeremy Renner, you got Elizabeth Olsen tag team and doing it, bringing it back from the Avengers, really.
He's about it. It's nice to have somebody who's very in there, who's strong. They have their vibes of, you know, I'm gonna get this guy. I know how to get him. You want to see that. I like to have somebody who's in it. Let's do it. In it to win it. He's hungry.
Definitely, it brings back what a crime thriller is compared to what it is now.
I thought it was the prequel to Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye before they thought they had powers. So he kind of led me to believe that this was something of that nature, and yet I was surprised. I was down, but then I was let up again when I realized, wow, this is actually looking like a good whodunit.
The pacing is great. You're not bored ever. The action isn't built up all around the entire movie, but it's pieced in nicely to where you're enjoying the whole journey, the whole process of finding the killer, of finding this bad guy. Jeremy Renner is just this amazing character in the movie. He gives me that feeling like Liam Neeson from The Grey as that hunter. And that's what excites me. Elizabeth Olsen, she's this fresh new cadet FBI chick, and she's trying to learn how to interact with people and interact with the victims.
Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, you are sold short because these two actors can definitely act, but in Wind River you could definitely see their acting chops at 100%.
I love Elizabeth Olsen in this movie. She's a hottie. She is. I like her. I forgot that she had two older sisters in the fashion district somewhere.
You have you know Elizabeth Olsen, and gotta say, you know, she's still looking cute like always. And also we have, you know, Jeremy Renner in there. You know, he's, you know, pretty cute. You know, brings in the whole vibe from a Hurt Locker vibe with it too. You know.
And see Elizabeth Olsen in that. If you haven't, you should.
Thor Ragnarok is a fresh new take on the Thor series. When you thought you gave up, check this one out because it's going to regain your hope in Thor, in Chris Hemsworth. I love his haircut. You got the action. You got a new villain. You're introducing new characters that don't have to be part of the MCU. It's an overall great standalone movie. Plenty of action. Kate Blanchett is a freaking champ as hella.
Finally, they've done a good female or even a villain in Marvel, and she was perfect. I loved it.
I think she was hella awesome. Kate Blanchett.
But then I was also thrown off by the fact that this movie actually meshed in a lot of comedy and then with some action spiced in there as well.
This Thor is refreshing. It has comedy chops built into the action sequences. The first two Thors, I just felt like they were relying too much on the comic book lore.
I love this approach. He made it as a comedy with action elements with it, and that's how I feel it should be viewed as.
I did get my Thor Ragnaroks off Thor Ragnarok. I'm happy with the fact that I can say Taika Waititi.
I love Valkyrie in this one. they finally brought in a female character that would be on par with a superhero, or even a male superhero, you know?
The fight between Hulk and Thor was incredible. I liked that. I liked how they were able to show were they able to show Thor give a little German suplex to the Hulk.
One of my favorite scenes, Carl Urban jumping out of that ship last minute. It was awesome.
Piss off, ghost! That was probably my favorite part.
We don't got Natalie Portman anymore. We got Tessa Thompson. We got Kate Blanchett. I'm excited. Thor Ragnarok is the movie to watch. I want to see another Taika Waititi hit this titty, Taika style.
So set a few decades after the original events of the first Blade Runner, Danny Villeneuve takes the reins, and with Ryan Gosling playing a new agent, Agent K, is trying to figure out this new mystery that involves replicants, and the whole idea of, well, now we have to ask ourselves, do replicants actually have the ability to do something that we didn't intend to create them for? That's the question that comes up in Blade Runner 2049.
I mean, the concept of Blade Runner is very simple. What makes a human a human? I mean, what are we taking in consideration rights-wise? Who they are? Denis Villeneuve captures everything so nicely in this movie.
The cinematography is awesome. The moment you see it, the score, the vibes, the blues, the deep colors, everything's great.
So, special effects made an amazing movie to watch. Every scene was something that you can take a picture of and just, place it on your wall and just leave it there. Everything looked great.
It ties into social commentary a lot, which I enjoy, part of the movie, but it's still visually stunning. Danny Villeneuve does it again. The guy's on a hot streak.
I was happy. I was pleasantly surprised with how he did it. Let the new guys come in. Let these new directors like Denis Villeneuve do this great flick.
I think the scariest thing about Dave Bautista, I have to agree with Mark, him fighting off those glasses. That's the only thing he fought off that much, that big old face with those tiny ass glasses.
Those glasses are extremely tiny that he has. I don't know if he stole that from a little kid, like a little scientist, and then he beat him up and then took him. That's those small glasses. I hope you guys get to the part where they show him the glasses. Those are small things. # tiny glasses Batista. Ryan Gosling does the same character as the character he did in Drive, where he just plays driver. Little to no dialogue within this movie.
It's like Ryan Gosling from Drive and a hint of Notebook in there too,
Ryan Gosling is a hunk all around. I would, instead of saying all around, maybe down below.
I enjoyed Blade Runner 2049.
Blade Runner is a long movie. It is a long movie, but just stick to it, watch it, you won't regret it. If you don't want to watch it now, you'll watch it later, just like the first one. People didn't love it right away, it grew on them, and it became a cult following. I think the same thing's gonna happen with this movie, but it's definitely worth mentioning. This is a great pick from Mark. I love it.